Hey traders, John Howell here. Let's actually get into a bit of a market update today across all the markets. We're looking at silver, gold as well too on the stock market. And plus also looking at a few different stocks I want to share with you that I've been keeping my eye on that I think might be getting ready for a really good turning point moving into next week. And then also look at some of the cryptos as well. Let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, so let's get straight into it. Firstly guys, happy Easter to all my good fellow and good women followers to my YouTube channel. So thank you so much for your support. What I've done is I've actually just recently recorded a brand new trading course. It's actually brand new. I literally just finished recording yesterday, and and for the very first 100 people, I'm actually going to give away free access to it just to get your feedback. And then afterwards, I'm going to start charging for it. So if you go to johnsfreegift.com, johnsfreegift.com, or the very first link in the description, go get access to that. The very first 100 people, guys, get access to that trading course for free. And again, you'll be able to get, and it's actually brand new. First thing you're going to be learning about the biggest mistakes you're making right now, and how to overcome them. You're going to learn about what I call about the X factor, how to actually get the X factor. I've got some chart reading mastery stuff in there to help you become a good chart reader. I got my X factor strategy as well too. You got about how only less than 10 trades can take you from $1,000 to a six-figure trader, and so much more in the actual trading course. You're gonna absolutely love it, guys. But again, for the very first 100 people, plus there's a few extra bonuses in there as well too. So guys, very first thing in the description, very first 100 people get it for free, and so you can just give me your feedback. That'll be fantastic. So go get that, guys, right now. Very first 100 people. So let's have a look at the good old stocky market. And traders, the stock market is continuing to have a bit of a short-term pullback, but we are getting to a short-term oversold level. Moving into the Easter weekend, this is just setting up beautiful for a slingshot move going straight back to the upside, moving into next week. I was going to say tomorrow, but Easter Bunny's coming to town. Damn you, Easter Bunny. When I was working a normal job, I was like, oh man, I love holidays. Now I'm like, oh, holidays? What's going on? All right, mom, dad, sister, son, daughter, love you. Back to the market. Oh, I love trading, guys. I love trading. So, the thing that we're seeing right now with the S&P 500 is we are still getting this bit of a short-term pullback through here, but I believe we're getting very, very, very close to a turning point in this here. If we have a look at the Fibonacci levels, say from the low to the high point, you can see we're right at these levels through here. So we may get a little bit more of a follow through coming back tomorrow. But I would not be too surprised, guys. I would not be too surprised if we saw this little short-term downward trend that we've been getting from there to there. You know, this little short-term trend. We actually start to get a little flippy back to the upside, and then we actually start to see this open and then go back up like that. And then this would create a beautiful higher low. I wouldn't be too surprised to actually see that. And then the market continues up. Again, guys, we're getting this formation, and as soon as we get the momentum change, if you've been watching my videos all through this pullback, I'm saying we haven't actually changed momentum yet. The short-term momentum swings, we haven't changed momentum yet. So the upside swing, the upside leg hasn't started yet. But as soon as we start to get something like this, where we start to get the momentum changing, which means it's had problems it's stayed below this trend line through here. As soon as we get something like that next week, it's game on, right? That's our good old Donkey Kong is coming back to town. Take your Donkey Kong and shove it, John. So we consider through this. So guys, I'd be too surprised, right? But again, I'm not going to preempt. The trigger for me would be something like this as well too. Again, guys, this is just simple chart reading strategies in day number 2 or in phase number 2 in that brand new trading course I'm giving away for the first 100 people. I talk a lot about the reading of the markets, but also understanding the momentum of the market is so important through there. And you can see, and what I mean by that is that you can see how that from there to there, right? once we actually, from that point there to that point there, as you can see, once we actually started to get below it, we were above it, then it went below it. Now it's had short-term change on the downside. Once we start to get back above it, it's going to be short-term change back to the upside. And then we should start to see something like this, like a big move. So get ready for what I call a slingshot move to come, I believe, guys. And I believe that that's going to happen. I'll leave that through there. I believe that's going to happen real soon. So you can see that'll be the line I use moving into next week. Because if I zoom in a bit more, you can see how... Let me just do that again. Let's go to there. Yeah, okay, cool. So you can see how we've actually had a lot of rejection points all through here. We haven't actually we poked its head a little back above here, but we couldn't close above it. We had problems there, and then we also had problems today as well too. So once we start to get this momentum change, guys, that's the momentum shift that's coming. Same for the Nasdaq as well too. Again, we're getting into a very, very, very close to a short-term oversold level. So I wouldn't be too surprised if we started to get a movement back to the upside. And the Dow Jones has actually been the strongest one out of all of them, meaning we've only had a very weak pullback. Look at this here. It's only been a very, 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 very small pullback. We almost got the close above this momentum trend line on the Dow Jones, but it didn't. So, and we actually closed below there. So it's going to be interesting to see whether we do start to get a nice close above this short-term momentum, short-term trend line coming down through here. That's going to start to switch it, which will also create, this will be a low, and that'll be a higher low for the markets as well through there. So let's go have a look at, let's actually look at the silver and gold now. So gold, a bit of a nothing day when it comes to the good old gold market. I am so super bullish on gold. I believe we're going to start to see some really, really, really big upside. The weekly chart is starting to really shift as well too. Look at this here on the weekly chart. We're starting to really shift here. And what I mean by that is you can see that we were in a bit of a triangle pattern like this, as you can see. So we were in a triangle pattern, and then now we actually broke out. We've come back down. Look what's happening right now. We're starting to get what? We're starting to get a bit of a higher low, aren't we, on this weekly chart? That's really, really, really powerful because we've gone from no one in control. Now the buyers are starting to be in control, which simply just means when the market's going sideways, there's no trend, right? You know the whole thing, the trend is your friend until the end. Well, if there is no trend, then the trend is not, there's no friend there for you, okay? You know what I mean? But when the trend starts, higher highs, higher lows. Oh, your friend's called you up. He wants to come and have a beer or some green juice, depending on what you guys are in. Me, I like my green juice. So let's go have a juice. Imagine like walking up to a girl. Hey, darling, want to go have some juice? Anyway, silver on the weekly chart. Once again, guys, look at this. Look what's happening on the silver chart. It's really starting to develop something quite amazing. Look at this here, right? We had what? We had this movement coming down through here. We had this resistance point here, resistance. Look at it here. Look at that support level, but also low. And that is also now a higher low in the market. So we're starting to pick this up. So I wouldn't be too surprised if we started to see something like this. And then, silver, guys. Silver is one of those markets that I'm getting ready to get into myself. I'm not in silver yet because a lot of my coins, all right, a lot of my leftovers are already in gold and the gold mining sector. But I'm really liking this pattern here because that's that short-term picture, right? Let me zoom out a bit for you. You wait till we start to get above here. Oh my goodness, guys. We are gonna see some crazy moves in there. And the best thing I love about being involved long-term for the gold and silver, it's the unloved child. It's the unloved child. Nobody's talking about gold and silver, apart from the gold and silver channels, right? But everyone's still trying to buy Bitcoin right now. Why is that? But you know what, guys? The sentiment will change. The sentiment will change. Let me explain what I mean here. Back even here in 2020, when they guess what? They did the whole printing of money, and then they did the whole thing like that. When they did that, right, guess what was happening up here? Oh, you're an idiot if you don't own silver. Same for gold, right? When gold actually made a move from like 1400, and then literally in a matter of a few months, it had made almost a 40+% move, and we're just going crazy bonko to the upside. Guess what? People were saying what? Oh, you're an idiot. You just buy it. Just buy it. You're an idiot if you're not in gold. Right? The sentiment will change when we start to get this lift off in gold and also silver as well too. And talking about the good old gold and silver here, gold. Right? Let's actually go look at the GLD here for a minute. Look what happened last time before. People worried about a recession. I believe a recession is coming. Or actually, there's 100% certainty the recession is coming. That's, you know what, guys? I'm gonna put on $100 million to bet that the next recession is coming. Now, that's like saying you're going to have another birthday. It might be next week. It might be a year from now. You know what I mean? It's like, of course there's a recession coming. That's just the way these markets work. And then when the recession happens, guess what? Everything is going to be pulled back. Gold and silver will pull back. Even the mining sector. Someone messaged me and asked me about the mining sector as well too. When we do go through the next recession, everything is going to get pulled back. Cryptos is going to get smashed, absolutely hammered. Stock market's going to get hammered. We're not at the top of the stock market yet, okay, guys? The sentiment is too bearish. At tops of markets, sentiment is bullish, right? Just like with Bitcoin when it got to 60,000. This thing's going to 1 million. This thing's going to 100,000. This thing's going to $500,000. Here we go, right? And guess what happened? Then the sentiment goes down, right? You don't get tops in markets when sentiment is bearish. You get tops in markets when everyone think that this is going to continue. That's why I'm so bullish the stock market overall. Same with gold and silver, right? But look at this here. Look what happened last time before 08. This is probably what's going to happen as well too. So right now, guess what we've been doing? We had what? Right now we had a run up. So we've had a run up through here, and now we've just done basically what? Nothing through here. I believe we're getting ready for a breakout, and gold is probably going to go for a really big breakout and a big move up. Once we start to get the real big breakout in gold, guess what? Now we know we're getting very close to a recession, meaning like in the next 12 months or so, right? Because look what happened last time. Look what happened last time. Look what happened last time on the actual gold market here. Check this out. So back here, this is 08. Okay, so this is the 08 period through here. This is 07. This is 06. 07, 08. But look what happened here, right? And actually, let me just zoom that in just a bit more so we can get a real much better look at what actually happened through there. All right, there we go. So I'll squeeze it up through there. So this is looking obviously at the weekly chart of gold, but look what happened here with gold, right? This is very, very, very similar to what happened right now. Look what happened. We ran up, had a big move. We come back down. We did nothing for a long time. Right, and you guys know when I say when we start to do nothing for a long time like this, guess what's coming? Something, right? When nothing's happening, the calm before the storm. Then look what happened. We started the breakout. We went for a really big move. We went from 55 up to pretty much almost 100, right? So it's pretty much almost, what is that? Let me just make sure I got my numbers there. Yeah, so we went for a 50% rise from there. Is that true? Is that right? It's about 60 up to around about that 100 mark, right? So 50-60% rise. We did that in the space of, how long was that? That was only a space of 7 months, right? So we had a very, very big move to the upside. So I believe gold is going to be doing that exact same thing, because it's doing the exact same thing now, right? If I squeeze my charts up and I go back to if I go back to now, look at this here. We had a big move up in 05, 06. Then it did nothing for a while. Then it broke out, and then suddenly the recession actually started right at the top of 08. With me so far? Look what's happened here. We did what? We went for a very nice move for a while. We've done nothing, here comes the big move, and then the recession, and gold and silver are going to pull back as well. So they are going to get, everything will pull back, but gold is going to go for an astronomical move to the upside first. I see gold, well, actually, yeah, this is the GLD price, but the GLD price, I see it getting to 300, so which is up here, right? 3,000. I see that getting to there, especially when we start to really break out of this level here and we start to make some big moves. So gold investors will be rewarded handsomely when that happens. But when the recession does come, the next recession comes, everything is going to get hammered. So even if you're in mining sector and you're gold and silver, that's going to happen. But on the other side of that recession, then what's going to come is the super cycle boom when it comes to commodity prices, or should I say mining sector as well too, right? Mining sector, gold, silver, and so on and so forth. What's going to happen out of that is we're going to go through another printing of money, and then that's going to start to move that to the upside. So very, very, very big move coming, guys, in the market there. Move over now through to the GDXJ, and we're just continuing to have a very nice breakout to the upside when it comes to the mining sector. Very, very, very nice breakout. And it's slowly starting to build its steam. You can see here that we're in this bull flag. We've just broken out. We're just starting to slowly break up to the upside now. Not much volume going on there. On the GDX, same sort of thing as well too, but the GDX is very, very weird. We were doing nothing for quite some time, but now we're slowly breaking out as well too. So I expect more upside to come out of that one there. And again, a beautiful, beautiful breakout of this sort of time phase through here, or this sideways range. So I wouldn't be too surprised. We really need to see a break above these highs up here to really start to get that level starting to move. That's that resistance level there. So we really need to start to get a break above there. But this is actually really, really, really bullish here, right? Up, sideways, and up as well too. And then also SIL as well too, right? So high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low. And now we're breaking out. And then, as I said, once we start to really get a close above 38, then my next target is 42 on the SIL as well there too, traders. One of the stocks that I've been watching, Tesla. Tesla looks like it's getting ready for a really good, nice turning point here soon, guys. I'm just watching Tesla here, and if I look at this weekly charts, let me just bring up this. Right, so Tesla had a beautiful support level here. We ran up. We had we're getting a short-term pullback. And so if I go back to my daily charts here for a minute, and we draw this level in here. All right, so we're just looking at the last sort of 3 to 6 months. That's that level there. Right, we had this low, a higher low, market ran up, had a bit of a gap up. Now we're getting a pullback. I believe Tesla's getting ready for, that's that low to high point there. So right now we're getting very, very, very close to a turning point, I believe. And we're likely we may get a little bit more of a pullback into this level here of support, but then we're likely to create a higher low here. And then I believe we're likely to start to make another big move to the upside. So we're going to move up. We're getting a pullback now. And I believe that's going to start to kick into place when it comes to that. When it comes to the what's the word for it? When it comes to Tesla. So Tesla's a good stock that I'm watching for there myself. And also one thing that I'm watching on Bitcoin as well too, guys, is that Bitcoin is still in a very, very strong downward trend. And I did a session for my private clients early on in the week, and they asked about Bitcoin, and I'm like, Bitcoin's in a very big, strong downward trend right now, and this is actually not looking good for Bitcoin, right? So if we actually have a look at this is the weekly charts. Bitcoin's changing tune. Bitcoin is changing tune. So we had a move down. Now we're having like a bit of a weak move up. So there's a high probability we're going to break, and we're going to start to head back down to the 30 level. And if that doesn't hold, then we're going to head back down towards these major levels through here. And it may even, oh, I know this sounds crazy, guys, but we may even get back down towards the 12,000 level there. Around that 12,000 level, because that's that next major support level there. I know that sounds crazy, but it could end up getting back down to there. But that last major high was around the 20,000 level. So if we do start to get, we're probably in this sort of bear flag formation through here like that, and so we're probably going to start to see a move down. So yeah, so I wouldn't be too surprised if we saw Bitcoin down at 30. I know a lot of people, I hate me saying this, but I'm just reading what the market's telling me, guys. One thing about trading, and I talk about in one of these videos in the actual trading course, is that the number one thing to being a good trader is being flexible with what the market is telling you, not what you want it to tell you, right? So you might be looking for all the reasons why Bitcoin's a good buy right now, but if I'm looking at the markets, one thing I did say to my private clients is that that we're coming back down here. I wouldn't be too surprised if it came down to here, got a bit of a bounce first, and then started the rollover. And once we do that, then we're probably going to see another sharp leg down. And that's what looks like it's happening. Well, that's what's we've got a good bounce around this level here, but then we're likely to see a movement back down towards the 28,000 or the 30,000 level through there. So there we go, traders. I hope you enjoyed today's market update. Once again, go to johnsfreegift.com. For the very first 100 people, get my brand new trading course that I literally just finished recording yesterday. You're going to get it for free for the very first 100 people. I'm going to do that just to get some feedback, and then I'm going to start charging for it. So if you'd like to get free access to it, just go to johnsfreegift.com or very first link in the description, and I'll see you in the next video.